Well, guys, I thought I was going to be pining after this doll a little bit longer because if I did end up having to order her on Mattel Creations website, I just knew it was going to take them maybe up to a week or even longer to send the doll out. But the dolly gods have been listening to me lately because I am able to get my hands on almost all of the dolls that have been on my wish list for a while now, and even the new ones that have jumped on my list. And she's one of them. As soon as I saw her over on the You Love It website, I was like, I need to have this doll. I actually ended up ordering her on Amazon and they gave me next day shipping. So I ordered her last night and then I got her today. If you want fast shipping and you are tired of dealing with Mattel, then I have the link in my description box for you to take you over directly to where I got this doll from on Amazon. Or if you want to go to my Amazon storefront where I have a curation of dolls bundled together over there so you can easily browse through just a giant list of different dolls that I recommend, including this one, then you can also click that link and find my recommendations over there. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take a look at this lady who is just fabuloso. So we're gonna take her out together and see what our first impressions are of this doll. And if you're not familiar with Debbie Allen, she is one of our many American female icons who the back of the box describes her as a dancer, singer, actress, choreographer, director, and a producer. She really did do all those things. Now, one of the significant things about Debbie Allen, I'm sure if you can't tell from looking at her, she is a black woman, and when she was a little girl, she had high dreams of becoming a ballet dancer. So she wanted to go to the top ballet school at the time, but they didn't let her in because we had racial problems in this country. If you're not from America or you don't know about American racial history, it's very sensitive here amongst black people and white people because we have a really nasty history between us where white people were actively oppressing black people and treating them like they're garbage. Black folks didn't have a lot of rights that white people were just taking for granted at the time. This was one of those things where Debbie wanted to go to school to be a dancer, I guess where all the little white girls were going, and they just would not let her in the school just because of her race and nothing else. Ironically, later on she went on to that school and became the first black dancer there. So the significance of the outfit that we're seeing on this doll is the look that she had from this very, very famous series that she starred in called Fame. I believe she was a choreographer, was the role that she was playing. Now that we have freed Miss Debbie from her box, let me just tell you what I'm seeing right away. First of all, what's up, Mattel? Y'all decided to impress me a little something with that gold doll stand? Okay then, stepping it up, thank you. It's still just as useless as all the other stands because they love to break. But for the 5 minutes that I'll be able to use this, I'm a little impressed by the gold, not gonna lie. I'm not totally certain until we take this all apart to see, but I'm hoping that this is two different pieces that we have here. The way that the box describes the outfit and the way that she's described on the actual listing page, it's implying that these are two different pieces, but I don't really know. We're gonna take a look and find out. We're gonna take everything off of her, We're gonna investigate together. And her hair, it's like a little bit of box hair right now, but that's because she's got on a hairnet over her hair to protect her curls. So we're not getting the full scope of what this hairdo is supposed to be looking like. As far as what she's wearing, she's got some very unique pants that I have never seen a design like from Mattel so far. She's got a shirt on that kind of is like an off-shoulder shirt. Tay was holding the sleeve in place, so I don't know if the shirt just naturally falls like this or you're gonna maneuver it to get it to look like this. Can you cover both shoulders with it? I don't know how versatile the shirt is yet. And then she's also got on some little sandals that have, to me, what looks like a unique sculpt. I haven't seen this sculpt yet, but if you do recognize what other doll might have had this shoe sculpt or a fashion pack that you recognize it from, drop it in the comments for us. So as far as her accessories, she comes with a belt that looks like it's removable in gold, and she's also wearing some so-called gold earrings, but unfortunately they decided not to go with metallics for these pairs of earrings, and that's always a missed opportunity when Mattel doesn't make the gold and silver earrings actually metallic looking. Like, Like, what the hell? That's a little disappointing. And then we have some kind of a cardboard insert around her knee on just one leg. I used to think that they did this because they were trying to protect the knee joints of the dolls, but I'm starting to realize that they don't always use it for both legs, which tells me that it's not because they're trying to protect the joints from anything, like not from staining from the clothes or anything like that. I think that they use this cardboard insert in the leg to keep it from bending inside the box in some like awkward way if they don't want the doll's pose to be disrupted. That's my theory. I could be wrong. If you heard it from a source that works at Mattel, why they do this, I'd just be wondering, like, do you guys have a certain quota of plastic and cardboard that you have to waste per doll release? Is that what it is, Mattel? She didn't have a bajillion T-tags holding her hostage inside the box. Like, I really only had to snip a few pieces of plastic that was wrapped around her, and she had 2 tags that was holding her head down to the box. Well, I don't understand the logic behind why they choose to waste so much plastic with some dolls, and then with some dolls they don't do that. It's just mind-boggling. But anyways, this doll retails at about $43-ish. So if you're getting her at that price, that's the retail price. And I know a lot of us are looking at these dolls saying, why is these prices going up and up and up with every release of a new doll in the exact same line that I bought 2 or 3 months ago for $35, $40, you know, way less than what I'm looking at now. Inflation, that's like the gaslight answer that everybody just gets when they question these things. But honestly, it's just greed, in my opinion. You fired a bunch of people at Mattel, so you don't need to pay a whole bunch of people like Bill Greening these exorbitant wages, so that's not the problem. You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all doing? Guys, I keep trying to explain to you guys, Mattel is not our friend, okay? This is why I have no qualms about criticizing them very openly. I am a paying customer. I have a certain expectation for the product that I'm paying for that I have every right to expect, because you ain't giving me these dolls for free. You feel me? We're not just over here winning lotteries and then they just dropping off dolls at our doorstep because we're so lucky. Like, this is stuff that we have to pay for, and we should get what we're paying for. That's all. All right, enough about me and my rantings and ravings and qualms that I have with Mattel. But whatever the case is, let me take this hairnet off of her hair, because I'm so curious about this hair texture. I really don't think I have any dolls in my collection that have hair like this. What's going on here with this? Why is it not coming off easy? Is this thing stuck to your head with T-ties too? I hope not. I can see it, but like I can't get it off. What the heck?
2,000 years later.
Wait a minute. Something's happening here. Okay, hold on. I think I found it. I think I found the edge. Oh, jeez. Technical difficulties. Okay, here we go. Free the hair, ma'am. Free the hair. So this doll, because she is supposed to be made to the likeness of the real Debbie Allen, I see that they gave her some big fluffy curls, and Debbie's hair texture is very much like this in real life, or at least it was back in the day when she was playing this role that this doll is depicting from Fame. I wanna live forever. That's all I know about that song. For me to be such a musical junkie and a theater nerd, you would think that I totally know Fame and I'm very familiar with it, but I'm not. Sorry. Ask me about Rent. I can go on and on for days and I know all the songs. But Fame, I still haven't seen that. Why haven't I seen it? I don't know. Anyways, now I'm thinking I need to go and watch it, because why do I not know what happens in Fame, but I know like one little line from a song that don't even sound right. Yeah, so here's her little afro puff, but this is not an afro texture of hair, if that makes sense. It's literally curly, like it's curly like this wig, like straight curls, but this wig has a more rougher kind of a texture. This is a more soft saran texture, and oh, it's lovely. It's very soft. My. And then what did they do here with the bangs? It looks like they gave her like a side bang sort of swoop-ish kind of thing, but I'm not exactly sure how they did that. Did they tie it with rubber bands? How are they doing this? I have no idea. I can't tell. There is a rubber band tied around her head for some reason, but I'm not sure if that's to keep her little side swoop in place, or what? It must be tied with a rubber band somehow, right? Or did they just tuck it into this black band? That is super interesting. I kind of like it like this. I don't want to mess with it just yet, so I'll probably leave that alone. But I think that is what they did. They pulled the hair and swooped it underneath this rubber band that's holding the hair in place. And that's where you see like this little demarcation here. See the band there? Yeah, so that's kind of clever. Who styled this doll's hair? Who designed this doll? Apparently my boy, Carlisle New Era, aka Uncle Carlisle, is the person who designed this doll. So I really shouldn't be shocked that I like her so much. Even though, yes, you were hearing me right. She has an open mouth smile. Not just an open mouth smile, a wide gaping smile. One of my least favorite types of smiles on Barbie dolls. If you know anything about the lore of Gypsy on this channel, you already know how I feel about these teeth showing. Now, do I like it? I don't, but I don't mind it on this doll for some reason, and I think it's because the actual real Debbie Allen is known for being a very smiley person. So when I think of like Debbie Allen, I picture her smiling like this. So maybe that's why I don't really mind it. She just looks really happy, and I don't mind. She's achieving all of her dreams. Fame, she's gonna live forever. So I could see why she would be very smiley and happy. If I could choose, if I could have a second variation of this sculpt with her mouth closed, of course I would love it. I would prefer it, but I'm not gonna sweat it too much. I could do my teeth extraction surgery method on this doll to remove the teeth, but she would still have a huge smile with or without the teeth showing. So I'm not sure if it's really worth the headache of doing all of that. And I mean, I'm probably just gonna leave her the way she is. I don't dislike her this way. It's not distracting to me, even though normally I do get very distracted by teeth showing. So we can see here from just the way that the hair is looking that the root job is pretty well done. We're not gonna get a bunch of bald spots and gaping holes in the scalp, so this is great. Man, I just love this texture so much. It's a nice curl. I really like that. You know, you can shape this hair by just picking through it with a wide tooth comb, or using your fingers, like wet the doll's hair a little bit and use your fingers to fluff it out, and then when it dries it should be like a nice little round shape. So that's just a little tip if you're trying to fix your doll's hair out of the box if she doesn't look right. There's a little bit of length to this hair. When you pull it, you can see how far it stretches. So if you did want to experiment and try to straighten this doll's hair, you're gonna get something like a shoulder length out of this. So who knows? I'm sure there's gonna be some awesome customizer out there who does something totally radical with this doll and have her looking very modernized. Now, I said this in my speculation video where we were discussing the release of this doll, and I only had like leaked pictures of the doll to work with, when I was saying that the outfit reminds me very much of the Hunchback of Notre Dame's Esmeralda character's clothing or like color scheme for some reason. I just think of like, I don't know, a gypsy girl when I see these clothes. So I don't know if it's just me, but that's just my feeling when I see it. There's more tape here, goodness gracious. This is a very thin material. I think I have a scarf that uses the same material and is actually a very similar color to this. This material is very familiar to me. It's like sparkly, but it's not the kind of sparkle that's gonna come off on your hands. I don't know what that material is called, but it looks almost like tinsel, but it's not tinsel. The belt also looks very familiar. I could swear I have a belt like this too. I don't think it's as like wide, but it's gold like this. Very similar looking belt, and I can't remember what doll I got it on. Golden Dreams Barbie? Was there a blonde Barbie called Golden Dreams? And then the pants, I've never seen pants like this nowhere. I don't own anything even resembling this in the slightest. It's got like fringed tassels on the sides and everything. And then down here, homie got straight up leg warmers on. I wonder if these leg warmers are detachable. Like, are they separate pieces? We're gonna find out, you guys. Besides that, her face is a made-up look. She's got, you know, makeup on, eyeshadow in like a bluey, smoky kind of color. She's got a lot of blush, red lips, and even her eyebrows are like a brown tint as if she filled them in with an eyebrow pencil. A very heavy mascara look to the eyelashes. So she definitely looks like she's ready for the show, okay? When you are working on stage, absolutely you have to be very done up because people in the far back of the stage cannot see you well if you don't have a very exaggerated face. So that's why you'll see a lot of stage performers wearing tons of makeup. I love that they captured that look here. And the earring mold also to me looks very new. I don't recognize these earrings, and I might even go so far as to paint over them with some gold nail polish just to get that metallic finish. We'll see. I ain't making no promises, okay? So let's take these clothes off of her so we can get a better look at them. Oh, it just looks so immaculate. I don't wanna ruin the moment by taking her out of the clothes so fast. Okay, well, if we're gonna ruin the moment, then we're ruining it together. I took off the belt, and you can see that it's just one long strap that you can literally put on like a real belt to close it up. The material it's made of is like a leathery material, but obviously this is not real leather. But it feels like it. It's very shiny. Ugh, this is so satisfying right here, okay? The leg warmers are a separate piece that can come off. Ooh, yes. So you can definitely use these with other outfits. And I ain't gonna complain about some purple leg warmers. That's what's up. And here's what I'm looking at once I take the belt off. So I'm assuming this is two pieces that I predict might have a strap under the shirt like a bodysuit to keep it tucked in, but they're basically like built like leggings. The pants, such a great fit on her. Look at her little bootylicious booty. This doll's body is the curvy collector body type, which is very different from some of the other curvy articulated bodies that we get from Mattel. I did do a live explaining the differences between like 3 different body types, I think, that were all curvy dolls, but I think I'm gonna do that video over again as a proper upload because it was really long. My lives are always longer than these recorded videos, and there was some information that I could not add into that video, or I should say that I didn't add into that video that I want to talk about. Oh, see, I was right. So these pants do just come right off. There's no closures for the pants. They are just elastic at the top like a pair of leggings. And the material that this is made of also does feel like just legging material. Here's that stupid cardboard on her leg that I'm gonna get rid of. And here are the legs with 90 degrees of joint movement here at the knees. These are not pivotal knees. This is as far as the legs will spread at the hip. And when she sits, I feel like when she sits, these legs could stand to move up some more, but they don't. This is as far as they go up. So, you know, she's a little bit leaned back when she's sitting, which I freaking can't stand. But what are you gonna do about it? She wouldn't have this problem if she was on a made-to-move body, which I kind of wish they would have given her because her character is supposed to be a dancer and you will be able to pose her any way you want. But honestly, I think that they went with this body for her because the collector body is more aesthetically pleasing. It's more streamlined. It's a very feminine silhouette, and I think they were trying to kind of pay homage to the fact that the real Debbie Allen is a very curvaceous lady. So I think that's why they went with this body for her. But for the functionality though, I would love for her to be on a made to move body. Now the question is, am I going to put her on a made to move body? I have not decided yet. I kind of don't want to, only because I do really like the shape of the curvy collector body. It's one of my favorite articulated curvy body styles. You know, like my Style by Design 2 doll that also came with that kind of body. She has tattoos all over her arms, and I love the tattoos. I don't want her to lose them, but because her body is the same exact type, it doesn't really bother me that she doesn't have maximum mobility. But I'm just saying, if you were going to use her to play a dancer role in your collection and you're posing her like that, then you might want to actually give her a made to move body, because it doesn't look bad. It's just not as like curvaceous as this, you know. I would say that the made to move curvy body is just, I don't know, she's just more like chunky looking, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not as graceful looking as this. There's so much double-sided tape holding everything onto this doll. It's ridiculous. I swear, this is what I'm talking about, Mattel. Y'all love to waste plastic. It is not necessary. You don't need all this tape, okay? Like, what the? Oh, come on. Like, come on, Mattel. 이럴 필요가 없어요. Now, here's the thing about this shirt. Whew, okay. The finish is looking a little rough. This material is probably quite temperamental to work with. So, I can see why, but it just... Bro, it looks rough. It looks rough. It does. But there is a finished hem here, okay? So this is not going to just fray and like fall apart on you. It is definitely finished. It's a little messy. And there is no openings here either. No Velcro. So you literally have to slide the doll in and out from the top here. Like as if she was stepping into some underwear. But it's pretty oversized and stretchy, so you should be okay. I wonder if this will fit on a normal made to move curvy body as well, because curvies do not have exactly the same dimension. The made to move version doesn't have the same dimension as these collector bodies do. They're just, I don't know, they're just like spread out and swollen in different parts of the body. So you kind of have to play around with the clothes to see what will fit on them, because it's not just like a universal fit if it's tighter clothes. But this is the body basically that she's working with. I think it suits her nicely. I really do. This body is really pretty. I'm trying to figure out if she's got like a donor match maybe that she could be transferred onto if you did want to rebody her. Let's look at her next to Daphne here, who's from my Barbie Basics. You create kit number 1. This is the one that has the Cheryl head sculpt. It's official. Carlisle has confirmed all the names of the sculpts. So that's what we're going by. Am I bugging? Is it my lighting? But to me, they look like the same skin tone. If you have kit number 1 dolls or similar skin tones, because that kit is not exclusive to this skin tone for dolls, you can find the skin tone amongst many made to move bodies. But if you do have something similar, she could be put onto one of these bodies. So that's making me think now. Let me move you out the way, Daphne, because you're tempting me. You're tempting me. I'm trying to resist my temptations because I need to be more disciplined and have self-control. So I'm gonna try and leave her alone in this body and not mess with her too much. I say that, but don't be shocked if the next time you see her she is completely switched onto a different body and I end up using her body for someone else, or just like totally tweak, because I can't help myself, you guys. I don't customize dolls because I'm trying to show off. Like, I really cannot help myself. Whenever I see a doll in the original condition that she came in, just something about it makes my fingers itch, and I can't. It's like a compulsion. I have to change the doll some way. Even if all I do is just add a tiny little mole on her face, I'm telling you, I gotta do something because I just can't deal with it. And I was actually contemplating rerouting this doll. Like, dealing with the You Create Kit dolls has got me not enjoying rerouting, but just I'm a little bit less lazy about it, I guess. If I really want the doll to have a different hairstyle, I'm willing to go that far. All these dolls you see in the background from the kits, they're waiting to get rerouted, okay? I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of thinking about it. But I'm gonna have to just get a second one of her if I decide I'm gonna reroute her, because I do actually like this hairstyle. I didn't think that I would. I really don't like short hair on my dolls, but this texture is so soft and pretty. Kind of want to experiment with trying to do hairstyles on short curly hair, which is a little bit more of a challenge for me, but just because it's a challenge doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll leave her be and work with this hair that she has. It's such a nice grade of hair, and they did a really good job picking the texture for this hair. It's not like a coarse kind of a curl. It's so soft. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, like Spanish girl curls. It's like very, very soft. And even though it's short, it just, I don't know, it just works. But definitely I will be changing up her clothes, and that's where I'm like, maybe I'll end up giving her a different body if I want to be able to pose her and stuff for pictures and things, or if I want to use her as a character for something. But I haven't made up my mind about it just yet. I do know that this character is not Debbie Allen in my collection. I will be renaming her. That's just because all of my dolls are new people when they enter my collection. You know, my Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow doll, one of my grails, he's not Johnny Depp or Jack Sparrow in my collection. You feel me? He's got his own identity. So make sure you're subscribed and you're watching all my videos so that you don't miss any of the updates and the customizing that I'm doing with my dollies. These are the shoes that came with this doll, which I think are really cute, and they're meant for high-heeled feet, but they're, you know, curvy and tall size. So if you have some other dolls that need shoes, then you can go ahead and put that on her. Why my nails look like this, y'all? My nails look jacked up. I've been doing a lot of different art projects around the house, and my fingers are just in everything, and I haven't had a chance to do my nails. I swear I'm not neglecting myself, but damn, I need help. Well, I'm curious to see if these clothes will fit on another doll anyways. So I'm actually gonna try them on this You Create Kit number 2 doll, and she's on a curvy body right now, so I just want to see if they'll fit her. So to get this piece on the doll, you're just gonna go from the bottom like this and slip it on over the doll, and then work the arms into the sleeves. All right, boys and girls, this is how it looks on her. It does fit, and it just naturally wants to go off the shoulder, just the cut of this thing. So you do have to play around with it to get it exactly the way you want it to look on the doll. Let me see if I can get both shoulders up over the top. Can we do that? Is that a thing? There's a little bit of room up here when I put both sleeves up top, but it can be worn this way if you want it to be. Yeah, but I kind of like the off-shoulder look, so I'm gonna put it back. And the arms are like, the sleeves are like wider at the top than the bottom. And here's how it looks in the back. So a lot of space here. The bottom though, just this, the legs, the messiness here, oh my goodness. Oh my god. Good thing you're supposed to put this under something and like it's gonna get covered up, but I mean, damn. All right, let's try the pants on. Well, oh la mamacita. She can fit the entire outfit, including the belt, which I don't have on her, but I did wrap it around just to see if it was going to like fit proper. And it does. And I think that the shoes, to me, the mold looks like there's a left and a right foot. So you probably want to pay attention to that when you're putting the shoes on to make sure that they're on the right feet. Overall, the whole outfit is usable on this doll, who also has a curvy body but with MTM joints, and the proportions of the body is slightly different than that of this curvy collector body over here. I didn't put the leg warmers on her because I'm going to use that for something else, right? Quizzic. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but actually now I'm thinking about it, I do want to change the outfit. See, this is what I'm talking about. I can't help myself, okay? I tell myself I'm not going to do it, and I just end up doing it anyway. I'm going to try on a different outfit on this doll, because I have yet to see any of the outfits from my 2 You Create kits that I recently added to my collection, kit number 2 and number 3. I haven't seen any of those clothes on the dolls yet because, as you can see behind these girls, all of the dolls from those kits are not wearing the clothes from their kits. And I do want to try some of it on this doll to see how it will look. So let's just do that. All right. This is why I be doing my reviews the way I be doing my reviews, because I want to know more than what I can see from a bunch of pictures online. So I tried on these pieces from the kits, okay? The shirt is nice. I did iron it though. The skirt, on the other hand, is like, where the hell do you think you're going dressed like this? Whose idea was this? Carlisle, please. Please. Okay, sometimes you be going overboard, all right? I love you, but explain this. What is this? What is this? Why does it sit like this? What does this look? Excuse, this material is not heavy enough for this like fabric to really like sit down, you know, like relax on the body, which is what I think this was supposed to be doing. But it's just like, what are we doing here? I don't even know how to explain what this skirt is doing, but it's not doing it right, okay? Whatever the hell it's trying to do, it needs to try harder. This looked like, oh Lord, I wanted to try this skirt on her because it's actually the piece that I like the least of everything that comes in these kits, and I wanted to tell myself that I was being biased. So I was like, well, let me put it on her because it looks something a little flamboyant that a dancer might wear while she's, you know, pirouetting through the sky. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but I just, whatever. It doesn't look like that at all. It looks like she found this in like a thrift store and she wasn't sure what it was. And she was like, let me just try to work it into my outfit. Being creative. Bruh. You can't say that the folks who design stuff at Mattel ain't creative, because they got real creative with this one. I just can't. What is this? Don't you ever come outside. I'm talking about you watching this. Don't you never in your life come outside with something like this on in public. I warned you. If you don't listen, that's on you. Please don't do it. What in the world? Ugh. And none of the shoes in this kit fit her feet, even though they were supposed to be for bigger feet. Most of these shoes fit on like a curvy or a tall doll, but like I said, made to move curvy dolls and collector curvies don't have the same dimensions all throughout their body, including their feet. These dolls, their feet are a little bit wider than the made to move feet, and they don't quite fit. And they're also perpetually high heels, so you have to have shoes that are meant for a high heeled foot to fit on this doll. So you have to kind of play around with which shoes you can put on a doll like this, just because of the way that her body is sculpted. But I mean, these ones did fit, so at least I got one shoe out of the bunch. And I haven't tried on any of the ones from kit number 1 either, so, but I was hoping I could get one of those tall boots on her, and it just was not gonna happen. The other thing I did is took that rubber band out of her hair because curiosity killed the cat, and I just can't help myself. So I need to know. I need to know these things, okay? She does have a side part here. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. These bangs are actually what they did hold back behind her ear like this with that rubber band. So there was nothing else keeping it in place like that. So once you remove that rubber band, it is a wrap. Her hair is now free, and you basically have to, you know, style it whatever way you're gonna style it so that it looks right, because otherwise she's gonna be looking crazy with her hair all up in her face. Now that mystery has been solved, so we know. Now I'm getting really tempted to try to like straighten this hair, but I know I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna miss the curls, and I won't be able to get the curls back, so I'm just gonna leave it alone, I swear, for right now. And because I'm not satisfied with this handkerchief, whatever the hell you want to call this, I'm gonna try something else on her, because I need the satisfaction of seeing her looking okay. But to those of you who have this piece in your collection, tell me please, were you able to tame this somehow? Did you iron it? Was it better afterwards? Did you do something to it? Can you please tell me, like, what the hell is this? What is it supposed to be paired with? Some leggings underneath, something, because like also it's so short that when the doll moves a certain way you can see right up the skirt. Like, it's just, I don't know. This is what happens when men are freaking designing women's clothes. Let's try this again. Just changing her clothes honestly is like igniting the customizer bug in me. I'm so freaking tempted to really like switch her up as much as I can. I had so much stuff I want to try with her hair. Oh man, I'm trying really hard to not get a second one of these dolls, just to like experiment with that doll so I can keep this one the way she is, because I don't have a need for 2 of the same character in my collection. But maybe I can modify the neck peg on one of them, like I've been doing with a lot of my donor bodies, where I just shave the neck peg down so that it can work the same way as a easy swap peg that these girls behind her come with. And then maybe if I get a second one, I can swap the heads back and forth when I want to switch up her look. Maybe I'll do that, because I could definitely use the second body as a body donor. But I haven't made up my mind. I don't know. You can't quote me on anything, because I switch my mind up so often when it comes to like customizing my dolls. But I do think she looks better with this skirt instead. And I also think I need to just go ahead and iron all of the clothes that come with these kits, because I did that with the tops, but I didn't do it with the bottoms. They all have like creases in them. They're very wrinkly. I'm just not gonna get the fit that I want with these, the way that they come out of the box anyway. But I did do a little something with her hair. I tied her black rubber band that she came with up at the top of her hair, where I kind of like gathered the top half into a ponytail and then just kind of shaped it in a big giant poof. Doing this made me be like, oh, there's so much potential. There's so much potential for what we could do with this hair. It's just such a wonderful texture. I can't keep my hands off of it. Blame my Asperger's for that. I don't know. I think it must be an autism thing where like we're very tactile and sensory driven people, and I just want to like touch her hair. I don't know. It could just be me, but that's just how I feel. Overall, what do you guys think about this doll? The controversy of this doll right now is that she doesn't look like Debbie Allen, but she looks like a bunch of other celebrities instead. For me, the person she stood out as was the character Hillary from Fresh Prince. I kind of feel like she looks like that actress a little bit. So I don't know, is it just me? And then someone else said that she looks like another character from that show too. Were they just going for women who had a certain look in the black community back when Debbie Allen became famous? What is it? I don't know, but I kind of think it's not a bad thing that she looks like so many different people, because if you're not a fan of Debbie Allen or you don't know who she is, whoever you think she looks like, you could have her depicting in your collection. And the fact that she does look like so many other celebrities kind of goes to show that she has a very realistic looking face that you can imagine a real woman looks like. I think that's kind of cool. So you guys tell me in the comments if you plan on getting this doll. If you do, I have a link for you right in the info bar, so go and check it out and it'll take you over to Amazon, wherever else this doll is available. If she pops up on Target or Walmart, I'll be sure to link that as well, so you can find those in the product links, which are a different link from my Amazon storefront links. But yeah, just hang out in the info bar to find all the links that you're looking for. And I think that's it for me and Debbie Allen doll here. I am so exhausted handling this doll, but I'm so excited that I just had to get it out of the way. But I'll see you guys in the next one. If you don't want to miss anything that I do over here with my dollies and the tutorials that I share and the ideas that I'm sharing with you guys on how you can do the dolling thing a little bit better, make sure you're subscribed. If you don't know me, my name is Gypsy and you're watching Broken Dolly TV. I'll see you guys very shortly. I have so many more videos lined up for you guys, and everybody who's been supporting my channel has been helping me to be able to turn the videos out a lot faster. So thank you so much again. See you next time. Have a dolly day.